A business that now ships products to over 200 stores started with one secondhand machine, a spare room, and less than $500. The owner had no business degree, no investor, and no loan. That is not an inspiring story made up for social media. That is what actually happens when someone stops waiting for the perfect conditions and starts with what they have. Starting a manufacturing business sounds expensive because people picture large factories, heavy equipment, and a team of workers. But small-scale manufacturing is a completely different world. It is one of the few business types where a single machine can produce a product that sells every day, and where your profit grows with every unit you make. The barrier to entry is lower than most people assume, and this video is going to break down exactly how to get started without spending money you do not have. The first thing you need to understand is what small manufacturing actually means. It does not mean building a factory. It means choosing one product, finding a machine that makes it, and selling that product to a local or online market. The product could be soap, candles, food items, cleaning supplies, packaging materials, ice, noodles, detergent, or dozens of other things. The common thread is that each of these products has daily demand and can be produced repeatedly with a simple machine and basic raw materials. Before you buy anything, you choose the product first. This is where most new business owners make a mistake. They fall in love with a machine before they understand the market. The right order is to look at what people around you are already buying, figure out which of those products can be made locally, and then find the machine that produces it. A product with existing demand is always safer than a product you hope people will want. Look at your local shops, your street market, your neighborhood. What is being sold every single day? That is your starting point. Once you have identified the product, the next step is sourcing a machine within your budget. For small manufacturing, you do not need a brand new commercial unit. Secondhand machines are a real and practical option. Many businesses upgrade their equipment and sell their older units at a fraction of the original price. Equipment dealers, online marketplaces, and local industrial suppliers are all places where you can find functional machines at affordable prices. The key is to inspect the machine properly before buying, or have someone with technical knowledge check it with you. A working secondhand machine is always better than a new machine you cannot afford to maintain. After the machine, you calculate your raw material cost. For small manufacturing, raw materials are your main ongoing expense. You want to know exactly how much it costs to produce one unit, whether that is one bar of soap, one bag of ice, one pack of noodles, or one bottle of detergent. Once you know the cost per unit, you set a selling price that covers your materials, your electricity, your packaging, and still leaves you a profit. This calculation is not complicated, but it is essential. You cannot run a sustainable business without knowing your numbers at the unit level. The next step is finding your first customers before you produce at full capacity. This is something that saves new manufacturers a lot of wasted effort. Instead of producing hundreds of units and then looking for buyers, you talk to potential customers first. Approach small shops, market vendors, restaurants, or households in your area. Tell them what you are making, offer a sample, and get a commitment before you scale up production. Your first 10 customers are the foundation of your business. Once those 10 are reordering consistently, you expand from there. Packaging and presentation matter more than people expect at the small scale. A product that looks clean, professional, and clearly labeled sells better than the same product in a plain bag. You do not need expensive packaging to start, but you do need packaging that communicates quality. Even a simple printed label with your product name and contact information makes a difference when buyers are comparing options at a market stall. As your sales grow, you reinvest into the business rather than pulling all the profit out early. Buying more raw materials in bulk reduces your cost per unit. Upgrading your packaging attracts larger buyers. Adding a second machine doubles your output without doubling your labor. This is how a business that starts in a small room scales into something that can support a full household income and eventually more. You do not need a large budget to start making something people will pay for every day. You need the right product, the right machine, and the discipline to sell consistently. The money follows the volume, and the volume builds when you show up and produce every single day. Start small, stay consistent, and let the business grow on its own terms.